Hello and welcome to another episode of Embarrassing for No Reason, the podcast. My name is Sam Darliston.
And my name is Tatum. And if you've just stumbled upon Embarrassing No Reason...
Talking of stumbled. No.
Had a shocker.
Go on. That was embarrassing for every reason.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
How long have we been doing this for now?
One job as well.
I know. It's like, Tatum, can you intro the podcast?
At the start of each week as well, when we're here, we're like, right, this week you're doing the intro. No, you're doing the intro. And it's her turn this week. So go on. What is it?
If you've just stumbled upon Embarrassing for No Reason, welcome. I assume that you are just as both painfully awkward as Sam and I.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to say, you can now find Embarrassing for No Reason on YouTube.
Yeah, you can. Full app.
So if you normally just listen to us, obviously coming in your ears, then you can now watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
And watch me stumble.
Yeah, you'd be able to watch
flesh.
exactly what just happened there. You'd be able to watch it back. Yeah, full episodes are now on YouTube, which is good, but it's also quite harrowing watching myself.
I know.
Watching the whole thing.
For a
I'm
full
like,
40-minute ep.
what am I doing? Like some of the movements I've been making, I'm going to try and play it cool today.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes you're picking your nose, you're like...
Loads of clips I've been picking my nose lately. I think it's hay fever because I'm not getting bats out of the cave.
No.
But I did see last week.
Just doing a couple of...
I just do that. I just sort of
fingers up the nose.
like a thumb on the edge of my nose. It's not like I don't go in. I just rub it. But I don't know what am I doing. It's not a bloody genie in a lamp. It's a nose.
Well, you can watch that in the flesh on YouTube. But like I say, if you are new to Embarrassing for No Reason, we gather here on a weekly basis to discuss things in life that are, just a bit slightly mortifying, day-to-day embarrassing things that shouldn't be embarrassing, but I don't know, they just feel like they are.
They just are. And then we also cover like topics that are in the world that are also a little bit embarrassing. Like last week we talked about the Pope getting elected and the sort of song and dance behind it, and then that big puff of smoke they let out to show that a new Pope has been elected. And off the back of that, we actually got a voice note in from Lewis.
I was at work and I was stood on my desk at the front and this lady came in and she blew like this massive cloud of vape smoke in my face as she walked in. So I went, oh my God, I thought we had a new Pope for a second then. And she just gave me the dirtiest look. Obviously didn't get it and then carried on walking.
That's iconic.
Really good.
Because what was it? So they with the Pope, they did the puff of smoke to announce that we got a new Pope. Funny.
Yeah.
That with a little puff on the vape.
That with a vape, yeah, exactly.
She didn't get it though, did she?
She didn't get it. I do like a good vape joke whenever it's foggy. And I was like, Christ, someone vaping.
But that I would say is embarrassing for no reason.
Yeah.
I actually want to bring, before we get into some examples of things that are embarrassing for no reason, although technically this could class as that.
Come on.
You got a lion bite the other day.
Oh, this is one of the maddest stories of my life, right?
This was mad.
You know when things happen in life where you're just like, what?
But they only happen to you.
Honestly, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Too many things like this happen that I'm just sort of like, when it happens, I've just resigned. I'm
Yeah,
like,
sure.
There we go. So I was already late, classic, to go and meet one of my good friends visiting from Canada at the minute. And like, she was having like these drinks on the other side of London to me. And I was like, I'm already late. I've just left the gym late. Like, need to get on a line bike to speed it up. The only one that was available next to Battersea Power Station, there's normally like a plethora of bikes. This was the only one available. Tom's looking at me because the big word. I went up to it, freed it. So like on the line bike app, you just click like start my ride if you're close enough to it. So I did start my ride straight away. Didn't even think like to look in the basket. About to clamber on. And then I was like, there was a full cooked roast dinner in the basket. Cooked. Like totally cooked. Probably two people's portions. There was no broken carrier bag or anything like that would have been in. So it's been put there. Yeah. It's been made fresh. It smelled lovely. It's been made fresh. A chicken.
I was going to say it was like a full chicken carcass.
Sure. It was a chicken. It was Yorkshire puddings.
Potatoes.
It was green beans and like really nice looking potatoes.
But what was the sauce?
It looked like it was old gravy.
Right, okay.
That was like just not enough, not enough for what we would have on ours.
Nah.
Oh, it could have had bread
been
sauce. It could have had bread sauce on it as well. I didn't taste it. But yeah,
should have took it home for
somebody
supper.
had put a cooked roast dinner in the front of this line bike, and I was like, of course it's the one I've just unlocked.
In it, and that's the last one standing.
I had to decide. I was like, right, I'm either going to be late or I'm going to lock this bike up and leave it. And I was like, oh, what do I do? And in the end, I just felt so embarrassed about this roast dinner being in the front. I was like, I can't ride down the road with a slightly heavy basket, every time we stop at traffic lights, people are going to look in the basket.
Someone peers in.
People are going to think, look at that weirdo cycling with a roast dinner in his basket.
And also, like when you pull up to the other end and you lock the bike up and there's someone there ready and waiting.
People are waiting, yeah. Someone's like,
and you're like, and they look in and you leave it with a full dinner.
That's it. It's the same sort of panic that you get with when someone before you has left skidders. But you've gone into that cubicle, so you're like, great. Even though I'm having a wee,
yeah,
I'm going to have to clean someone's skidders just purely because I don't want the person after me to think they're my skidders.
Do you clean the skidders with your wee?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, you try and get it off.
Because that's the thing, because it's different with a bloke, innit? Because you can aim at it.
Yeah, you can't really unless you're tilting.
Yeah. So
rocket.
Horrible. But either way, would you say that is embarrassing for no reason?
What?
Maybe it's embarrassing for a reason. I don't know. Yeah. Mm.
Well, there was no reason for it to be there. So.
Literally.
So I feel like it fits the category, yeah.
Okay, we'll take that.
We'll have that one.
We'll have that for an embarrassing for no reason. My embarrassing for no reason this week is limos. Don't you find them an ick?
Well, it is prom season soon, isn't it?
Mm.
I don't see them enough.
No, neither do I. It's like
I feel like
rare,
they've really died a death.
sighting.
I feel like there's something very like noughties about limos. But even then it felt old and dated. Like when we got them to prom.
Back in our day.
In like noughties 2010 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We felt like, to me, they felt like, oh, it's a tradition kind of vibe. It wasn't like, I can't wait to get in this limo.
So did you have a limo for your prom?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I had a limo for our prom. And I had a limo for my nan's 80th. That one I loved.
No, really?
Yeah, that was one of the most fun.
And you got in it with her?
Yeah, all the grandkids and my nan, yeah, were in the limo for her 80th. And that one, I'll be like, yeah, you know what?
What kind of limo was it? A proper big fat Hummer?
Nah, one of them flimsy like little white ones, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Well, I drove past the limo the other day and I was like, who's hiring them?
Well, because everyone
Who's
looks
in
at
it?
you.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at you.
Because it's proper attention seeky.
What do limos do the rest of the year? What do they do?
Well, they do weddings, like say birthday parties, all sorts. But I'm like, it is a bit of an ick because it's like, you know that you've all sort of chipped in for it. Because I don't know, limos, they portray like you want to be like a famous person to me. And they
you've all done a whip round.
But you've all done a whip round to get this massive car, have one little glass of Prosecco, then you're getting out after a 20-minute journey.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It is such an ick.
I agree.
And getting out the limo as well. Oh, it's like you want paparazzi to be at the other side.
There was a girl at my prom that turned up on a horse.
No.
Yeah. I think one came in a tractor as well.
Let me one
and
up,
I feel like that kind of thing's fun. Limos is like just a bit. Go on, what was it?
Some girl rocked up on the back of a moped, just her, like, just her on her own, like made this grand entrance on a massive moped. But one of them mopeds with the big handlebars.
It was rubbish though, prom.
Prom was rubbish, yeah.
Boring.
It was so rubbish. Oh, I looked like such a chav.
Did you?
In my prom outfit. Yeah, massive chav. I had like this big, massive, like blue Cinderella dress. Oh, it was horrible.
Would you rather wear that prom dress?
Oh, I know what you're going to say, you horrible man.
Or your Brits outfit from 2023? 4.
Brit, I think.
Would you?
Because prom was like, it was like the size of a wedding dress. I had to dig out some photos. It was bad. But what we've learned here is I need a stylist, someone to dress me. Someone dress me, please. Do you believe in ghosts?
Ooh, very good question.
I do. I believe in it all. You know me.
I've had a couple of experiences. We'll save them for another week. I've told you this before now.
Oh, do the quick one.
The one that turned my Xbox on as a kid. I'm not joking. When I was 16.
What?
Oh no, there's more to the story, but like I feel like this is the part of the podcast where we talk about things in the world.
Okay, well, can we save that for another day?
We'll bank that for a story time.
Oh, I'm hooked. Hook and tease.
Turn my Xbox on, blew my light bulb.
Really?
Yeah, a ghost that wanted to play Call of Duty in 2000.
Well, Florence and the Machine might be knocking on your door very soon. So I noticed in the world of embarrassing for no reason. So she's just bought an house recently. Bearing in mind,
Why is she knocking on my door then?
you might be an expert.
Oh, right,
in
okay. She
ghosts.
thinks I'm, what are they
Yeah.
called when they go round and sort of ghost out?
Like,
extinguish it.
what's he called? Derek Acora?
Derek Acora. Rip.
God rest his soul. Rip.
I see that for me, to be fair.
I see a few.
Yeah.
What was that show called?
Most Haunted or something.
Most Haunted, yeah.
See you with like a bit of sage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more Yvette Fielding. Remember when she used to do the tap the table thing?
I'll be Derek.
You be Derek. Go on. Anyway, what's going
So
on?
basically, she's just bought a gaff, right? Bearing in mind, this house has cost her £2 million, you're sure of. She's bought the house, and there could be human remains underneath.
Could be.
Yeah, could be human remains.
What do you mean,
underneath the
could
floor,
be?
But I don't know. So there's a few things here. She reckons that there is a ghost of the body that might be under her house, right? But it's all sort of speculation at the minute. It's all neighbours gossiping and all that. So she's trying to seek out. She's like, I want to see if there's a skeleton under my house.
So she's going to dig up under her house to... What?
This sounds
What is happening?
I don't know.
But you know what? It kind of fits with Florence and the Machine's whole vibe anyway.
I know.
So like her next album, like it could even be named like The Body Beneath the Floorboards or something. I'll be like, there we go, smash hit. Do you know what I mean? I would go to that tour.
I
I
would
would
as well.
100% go to that tour.
And if there is, human remains there, I feel like she'd embrace it. She'd like prop it up on a shelf, make it a home.
Oh,
make
yeah,
as
turn it
part
into a
of the
necklace
thing.
kind of thing. Like, yeah. I see that.
But mad. But I don't think I would buy a house knowing that it could be haunted.
Nah.
Not for me, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
I
Because
don't
once it's in your head, once the could be is there.
Exactly. Then I'll be seeing all sorts. You know when you go to bed, right? And you sort of like it's dark and you think there's a scary lady, but it just turns out it's like your dressing gown hanging on the door.
Yeah.
That would be me. I'd be constantly paranoid all the time.
Yeah. It's not worth the risk.
$2 million
And
as well for that
how
gaff.
far are you going to have to dig?
God knows.
Because like if she starts digging for the body,
I really don't know the T's and C's on it. I hope
No.
it's all above board as well, this body, you know.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Who
I hope
is
it's
it?
not anything sort. So who is it?
And when they found that king in the car park in Leicester,
I beg your pardon?
they found King Richard III. Tom, you know this, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know if I just knew it because I'm from near there, but they found King Richard III, I want to say. Could be not right.
Again, don't come
don't
from...
fact check me, but I'm usually quite
One in
right.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, it sounds about right. It's around that time. Yeah, it's like post-Tudor or whatever. Or just
Yeah.
pre,
Okay.
Or pre, I don't know.
So sorry, they found his remains in a
In a
car
park in Leicester, like about 10 years ago. Not joking. Found King Richard III.
And what did they do with him?
Don't know, but they've named the uni campus after him. And some of the bits and bobs like that.
Wow.
So like loads of things in Leicester now. It's like King Richard III's, blah, blah, blah. And I
Well,
think,
maybe his wife is under Florence and the Machine's house.
maybe.
Be
Maybe.
reunited.
Could be. Is the house in Leicester? Who knows?
I'll get back
honestly.
to you.
Get back to me on that. Elsewhere in the music industry, right? Seeing as we're going down that way today.
Why not?
Obviously, we talked about Florence there. Rihanna's back.
Oh, what a comeback, by the way.
I like it.
I love this
Oh,
new
you do?
tune. Yeah. From
You know,
Smurfs movie.
We might be the only two people that have had this opinion, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's a bop. I mean, so if you haven't heard, basically she is going to be in the new Smurfs movie, which is out in July. She is a Smurfette. And in it, I assume she's a pop star in it. But the tune...
Wait, she's in it? She's acting in it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
She's one of the Smurfs.
She's a Smurfette.
Smurfette. Okay. I didn't know that.
What do you
part.
think? You're just Rihanna in the Smurfs?
No, I thought, you know how some people do a soundtrack for a show?
Okay, fair.
I thought that.
No,
But
I think she's in it.
She's a Smurf in the show.
I think so.
It's like a filthy sort of like house banger. Like it's not quite what I was
Should we play a bit?
expecting. Yeah, play a little bit.
You feel like a friend of mine.
Oh, that goes off, you know. I think that's a banger.
I love it. Obviously,
she
it's had
is.
she
Rihanna
is.
the Smurf.
Rihanna the Smurf had a lot of backlash. I can't lie online. Like a lot of people are fuming about it.
Well, I bet because she like teased us for months on end saying, hey, I'm back in the studio for Smurfs.
Yeah,
She's
but
had
also
us.
the big question that people are asking is how much time was spent in the studio because she only says 27 words in the entire song.
No way.
Yeah, which isn't a lot of words. Like 27 words is not a lot of words. I've probably said more than that in this couple of seconds.
And the song's like 3.5 minutes long. So yeah,
but
you're
it just
right. It
repeats.
is just repeats
But
over
I'm
and
not
over and
against
over.
the just repeat
No, me neither.
dump here and there.
At least we know all the words.
But people are like, as she just sort of, is this really a sign that it is? She's done.
Maybe.
Unless it's for a movie like that and you can just literally... Because she's not really... She is singing, but it's very mixed, isn't it? It's very like edited.
Yeah, she's got a bit of the old tune on it.
There's a bit of the tune on that. And I loved it. I'm down for it. Like,
I am as well. I actually think it would be iconic if the last ever song she ever did
was
Smurfs.
Careful what you wish for.
I know.
Careful what you wish for,
I
honestly.
don't doubt it.
No.
Genuinely. The final thing I want to talk about is that congratulations are in order, I feel.
For me?
Not for you. For Mummy and Daddy Pig, because they've welcomed a new pig into the world. Congratulations.
For context, it's from Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
Peppa Pig's.
People are just thinking you're excited about spring.
Peppa Pig has got a new sibling.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen, so obviously the OG family, Peppa, George, Mum and Dad.
Daddy.
She got up the duff, announced it on Good Morning Britain or
Something like that. Yeah, it was one of them. This morning.
But what? Can we just start from here, actually? Why was the announcement of Mummy Pig having a kid so extra? Like, it went mad to the point where they did a gender reveal on the telly.
That gave me the ick.
At Battersea Power Station.
So the power station turned blue or pink to find out what they were having.
chimneys.
So the chimneys at Battersea Power Station went pink for Peppa Pig's youngest sibling. What am I saying?
I don't know.
What is going on?
It's well funny though, isn't it?
It is funny. It is funny.
Anyway, Mummy Pig gave birth. They did sort of, is it like a town crier? You know when like someone in the royal family has a kid?
Yeah.
They did that.
They had a hear ye bloke. So literally like, it was only a couple of days ago or wherever it was, Peppa's mum finally gave birth to the little girl. They knew it was going to be a little girl because obviously the
Because it was about Battersea Power Station went pink.
Gender reveal. Honestly, the biggest dick of my entire life. I can't handle it. But
So
she gave birth today, and then out the front of like the hospital where the royals have their kids. I don't know what it's called, but posh hospital, I guess. Some town crier came out. He started reading the thing and going like, "We're here to announce the birth of Evie Pig," and all. Is everyone all right? Like, genuinely, is everyone all right? I'm just, I've gone as well. It's it is too much. The country's gone.
You got a little photo behind you. If you're watching this on YouTube, we've framed, like Sam said, Evie Pig.
But what's the bloody age gap between Peppa and Evie? Shouldn't it be Peppa having a kid by now? Get yourself a job and have a kid, because she must be 25. I'm sorry. Mummy Pig, I think the ship might have sailed. I can't. Peppa, when did it launch? Tom, when did Peppa Pig start? Because they've been there for all my nieces, and now suddenly you introduce another kid.
Why don't they age?
Honestly, what's the skincare Mummy Pig?
2004.
Nah.
Right, so Peppa's 21.
Yeah.
Right, so it's a 21-year age gap. Actually, no, because on the start of Peppa Pig, she's already 5.
She's already 5.
So Peppa's 26. Right, she's just had a sibling.
She's still speaking like this.
Yeah, she's
Summer's off.
ought to grow up. But yeah, another. What's going to be in the prequel to them getting pregnant as well? Bit of blue there. Wow. Yeah, making bacon with Mummy Pig.
If you follow us at EFNR Podcast on all the socials, you might have seen our topic for this week is shopping centres, because I took a trip to Westfield. I call it Stressfield.
Oh, there we go, Dad.
Hate it.
Thank you very much.
I hate it so
Stressfield.
much. Stressfield.
Yeah.
I can't honestly stand it. So I feel like my whole... Well, is that embarrassing for no reason, actually?
Stressfield.
Me calling it that?
I really like it, but it is giving
dad
joke. Yeah. Oh, you lot bloody going down Stressfield here.
Everything about the experience is horrible.
Yeah.
As well, I get flashbacks to when I used to sort of work in a shopping centre. I used to do like, you know, there's people that stop you in the street like handing out flyers. That was me.
Oh, that's so
But,
hard.
hey, excuse me, have you got time to talk about me saving you some money on your bills?
Okay, so you were them ones.
Yeah.
I hate it when it's for like a cause that I do really like, think, oh, that's really sweet, but also I don't want to.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk to you right
Like, I
now.
can't.
Also, I've donated
Thank
to
you,
about
but no.
1,500 charities. Like, I can't do another one. I'm really sorry.
All right, rich girl. 1,500 charities.
Well, that's
philanthropists.
That's me exaggerating, obviously. What?
That's what they're called, isn't it? People that give all their money to charity.
The philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
The philanthropist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Nah, but I just get awkward on the spot, like when you get pulled over.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, please save the children. I'm like,
I know what you
okay,
mean.
take my money.
There's only so much you can do, but you were one of them.
I was one of them. So when I sort of saw them around and I've got like sort of headphones on, don't look anywhere other than the floor down. I'm like, it's such an ick.
It's a difficult
Everything
job.
about shopping centres I find embarrassing for no reason. So that is our discussion for this week, embarrassing for no reason.
It is indeed. And if you have a voice note of this part of the pod every week, this is where we get you on, you send them in, and then we find out who is going to win this week's Silly Billy Award, which means you win a mug in the post. Quickly, actually, I literally have just remembered a story about Westfield that's about 2 years ago now.
Stressfield, you mean?
Stressfield. It was Stressfield, Shepherd's Bush. And I had a run-in with the law.
Did you?
Yeah. I can't believe I actually don't think I've ever told you and produced on this story. So my MacBook at the time had broken, as always. So I was like, what am I going to do? So I took it into like an Apple Genius or whatever in one of the stores. Then I went to another store like a couple of days later in Westfield because I was like, I actually can't not have a MacBook for 2 weeks. I'm working from home. So what my plan was to use like credit card money, buy a MacBook, which was nearly $2,000. I was like, Jesus Christ. But then return it within a week or 2 weeks when my other one was fixed.
Thrifty sod.
Thrifty, but clever, right?
Fair.
Because you can just return it. I was like, I don't need it anymore.
Oh, yeah, don't you?
So
borrowed it for a couple of weeks and send it back.
Yeah, that was the plan. So I was there. I had like this, you go into...
You're somewhere else, by the way.
I know, yeah.
That's hilarious.
You go into the Apple store or whatever it was, and you sit opposite someone and you talk through your options, and then they go into the back and they get you the MacBook that you want and you buy it. So I did that in Westfield. But I'd been in there for about 2 hours, like just chatting all the options through. Started, like, bought this MacBook that I was like, I know I'm going to return in 2 weeks anyway, so I don't know why I'm chatting to this bloke for an hour, but it just happens. Was leaving the store, and like there's like escalators that take you sort of down to like a big open bit of that Westfield, of that shopping centre. And I'm on the escalator, and this man like starts tapping my back, and he's like, hey. He's like, gives me like a nod, and he shows me his like card, and it says security. And he's like, you're coming with us. And then another man, who I thought was just a regular person, was in front of me and turned around and was like, when you get down to the bottom of here, you need to come with us to the left. So there's two of them either side of me. And I'm like, for what? I was like, literally, what's going on? And I was
in a security sandwich.
And also the worst part, you know when someone wants to talk to you or taps you or whatever and they start talking, but you've got your headphones in.
Yeah.
So
What?
in my ear, I've got like, I don't know, Lana Del Rey playing video. I'm like, what? Sorry.
Yeah.
And then he's like, right, come over here. So two of them take me over there. There's another one waiting for me. They take me into like a corner. You know where sometimes there's like, you go in a shopping centre, you go down and there's always like bathrooms and a vending machine and that's that.
Yeah.
All of that. That's all that's at that bit.
Yeah.
I was in that bit of Westfield and they're like, right, put the bag down and stand against the wall.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what? So I did. Then 4 police come round the corner. Okay. The security going, we can't touch you until the police come. The police come round the corner. They started gloving up.
What for?
Chance, honestly. And they were like, we have it on good authority that you've taken a MacBook. And I was like, what? I was like, first of all, you can't, because you like, in order to get a MacBook, you have to buy it and then they bring it out to you.
Yeah.
So I was trying to explain it to them, but obviously I'm a gobby little sod.
And you're a thief in their eyes.
And I'm a thief, so they're just like, oh, I bet, mate.
Yeah, I bet.
I really bet, mate. Well, they're gloving up and like getting ready to search.
Getting ready to handcuff you, take you downtown.
Like, is there anything in this bag? I was like, yes, the MacBook I've just bought. And then they're like, right, we need to see the receipt. And thank God I'd done like the phone receipt thing. But they'd taken my phone off me. So I was like, the receipt's on the phone. And they were like, and I was like, the receipt's on the phone. And I showed them the receipt. And then anyway, once the police were stood down and the security was finished, I just left. And I was like, what the hell?
So you nearly got locked up?
Yeah, but for what? I just was like, what
How have they
the
worked that
hell?
out?
Who's tipped him off?
Yeah, I know.
Like, this bloke's just sat there
Producer Tom, I think.
for 2 hours, paid with his card. Like, it was really clear that I'd paid for it. Next thing I know, gloved up. I was
Yeah.
like, what is happening?
Feds are
Where
on
do
you.
they think the Mac is?
Stressfield feds.
Stressfield feds.
That's an it.
Yeah. No, they were the
Framed.
real feds. I was framed in Westfield. I know, mad. But I literally forgot that story until you said Stressfield then. I was like, yeah, you know what? I haven't been back since.
Well, Shall we get onto the voice notes then?
Shall
We're taking
we?
a real tangent.
We took a real
there.
tangent, yeah.
But
Welcome
it
back
was worth it.
It was worth it.
And I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
How long would you have got for that?
For nicking a mark?
Yeah.
I actually have no idea. 18 months, I
Can't
reckon.
imagine you in prison.
Good behaviour? Nah.
You would not survive. Very
Bar
well.
of soap.
And the bloody rest. So we've asked you, what do you find? Have you gone? He's gone. What do you find embarrassing for no reason to do with the shopping centre? At EFNR Podcast, if you ever want to voice note us. I think we should start with Essie.
So basically, when it was Christmas, I went to Westfield and obviously it was very busy.
Stressfield.
And usually when you go in Westfield, they have like sensors at the top of the car parking bays. So I've gone in, I couldn't park in my usual spot because it was so busy. Went Christmas shopping for about an hour or so, came back and I lost my car and I had to buzz the buzzer at their ticket machine to get the security guys to come and help me find it. We were walking around for literally 20 minutes and I didn't park where I thought I parked. It was so embarrassing. And he was just looking at me like, I'm sick of this girl.
No, that is embarrassing for no reason.
Yeah.
Losing your car. How does that happen?
If I drove, 100% me.
Oh, you would, yeah.
No, but honestly, when people have dropped me off in a car park before and then we're walking back, they're like, do you remember where we parked the car? I'm like, me? Do I remember where you parked the car? I don't even know what colour the car was. I literally, none of that goes into my brain when I'm in a car. I'm just there, it parks.
Oh, you just arrive, passenger princess.
And I get out, yeah.
Literally
But
that.
that would really happen to me.
See, I'm like looking for letters if it's like, right, I'm in C2.
I'm in
I'll take a
yeah,
photo
yeah,
of that
yeah.
just in case.
No, that's really, really smart, but
Thank you.
that is a very, very good one from Essie. I really like that.
Essie, embarrassing for no reason. Yes. Chris, what do you think?
When you go to Lush, you've not even got a full foot in the door and the staff are practically trying to mount you, asking if you want help.
Hey.
And you're like, no. And then you remotely move to the next bar of soap and like, do you want to buy this deodorant that smells like Gorilla's BO? No, thanks.
You are? Gorillas B.O.
I'm saying that.
I've only been to Lush once.
Well, honestly, I get a
Once is
headache.
enough.
I get a headache walking past. The smell of it.
Bath
There's I think London Waterloo, or like there's some London train station that has a Lush. And the other day I was like,
yes.
I was like, I know it's here.
Smell it from a
You
freaking mile
know
off.
you know when you're near a Lush, and yeah, they do. The staff are really like. No, do you remember that old video? It used to be like, "Hi, my name's Katrina." And
Yes.
that is the staff in Lush.
Or maybe I'm due on then, because I haven't been for a really long time. I do wash. Showing that out there.
Just not with Lush products.
But just not with Lush.
No. You give me bath bomb as well.
I know, I do
I know
give
where
bath
you want to
bomb.
go as well.
Why do I want
What he said at the start.
what?
They mount you as soon as you
Yeah. I am due a visit. Thank you very
Yeah, now
much.
suddenly I want to go to Lush.
Chris, thank you very much.
Mountain a bath bomb.
My embarrassing for no reason is when you go to get your eyes tested and they tell you you're more visually impaired and you need to get some new glasses. So they take you downstairs and give you to a sales assistant who then proceeds to stand next to you while you have to awkwardly try on glasses, looking at yourself in the mirror like, yep, I think I look good. And then they stand there over your shoulder and nod and go, yes, that looks lovely on your face. As well as that, I also think when you go sunglasses shopping, also very embarrassing. Like trying on glasses in a shop, looking at the mirror and thinking, yeah, you look good. No, it's embarrassing.
Why was that a hobby as well when you were a kid? Like
What, trying on glasses?
sunglasses with your mates. You go into like a Primark or whatever and you're putting sunglasses on, you're like, and you all used to laugh about it, no?
Crickets.
Did you not?
No.
What? With
No.
your mates, you try sunglasses on and laugh?
I've got an opinion, and I don't know if it's just my head.
That was Chloe, by the way.
Oh, Chloe,
Didn't say
thank
that.
you so much,
Chloe.
Chloe, for your voice note. Sunglasses just don't suit me. Sunglasses, hats, they just...
That's why you didn't used to do this as a kid.
Yeah,
then.
'cause-
you
Munting. Yeah. I don't know
You'd
if
be
it's
scared
me.
that we were laughing at you.
Exactly, yeah,
yeah.
And I don't know if it's my head shape or what, but I went into Primani the other day and did exactly this, trying on the sunglasses, because I'm going to Beefer at the end of the week. Beefer. And yeah, I was trying on the glasses. None of them suited me, but as you were saying, like when you look into the mirror, but they had the mirror like really high up on the shelf, and obviously I'm 4'11".
I was going to say, I
so
don't
I'm on
think it's high up.
It is for me.
I wouldn't say it's high up.
I'm on
I
my
feel like
tippy
I have the
toes.
opposite issue because it's always a thin,
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
a thin,
long
long
rectangular
mirror.
mirror. Why?
On the
for
top of
one,
the
because I want to
shelf.
see my whole head. I don't want to just see that. And it's always on. It is always on the top of the shelf. But I'm slightly taller than the shelf, so I'm like that when I want to look in the thing. Whereas
Oh.
for you, Yellow Pages.
Yellow Pages. I can just see my big old fod. 6-finger fod. Then with the glasses that don't suit me. And I'm like, I'm stressed now. I've had enough. Flipping the rack. I'm stressed. I would agree. That is embarrassing for no reason. Chloe, thank you so much. Who have we got next? Oh, we got Roxy.
Embarrassing about shopping centres is, I don't know if there's a lot of these or if there's just a couple in the south, but there's a brand of shopping centre called The Mall. So then people are like, what are you up to today? And you say, oh, we're just going to go to the mall. And say, do you call it The Mall? The Mall? Like an American? The Mall? No, the shopping centre. They're like, why'd you call it that? Because it's called The Mall. It's not, I'm not calling shopping centres malls. It just is the mall. It's like the brand. It's embarrassing.
Is she crying?
Yeah, I think she is. She's like, I'm not, I swear.
I'm not in the mall.
I'm not. It's called the mall.
So I lived in Luton for uni, and the brand of
I've never heard of it, actually.
Luton.
No. I've heard of Luton. That was your ends for a bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4 years deep in Luton.
Luton Uni.
Bedfordshire, but
And they had the mall there?
yeah,
The
the
mall,
shopping
sorry.
centre was called the Mall. And I feel like obviously I knew growing up the mall is an American term that I wouldn't necessarily use for a shopping centre.
No.
I'd use the name of the shopping centre, but because off the back of that being so formative for me from like 18 to 21, I feel like for a while afterwards when referring to shopping centres, I started saying the Mall.
Oh no, High School Musical.
High School Musical me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that isn't it.
Should I go to the mall? Because it was just known as the mall. So yeah, I totally know what she means. It's a weird
That's a Nick, my friend.
weird activity.
That is a Nick.
Yeah. Shopping mall. What's the one in Southend called, Tom?
The Victoria and the Royals.
Stockport?
Mersey
Mersey
Way, yeah.
Wow.
Mersey Way Shopping Centre. Oh, we got a Trafford Centre.
Trafford
That was
Centre's a good
one.
big hitter.
Oh, Trafford Centre's decent.
Arndale up there and all that, yeah.
Yeah, I got the Arndale.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's not the mall.
There's just nothing more embarrassing than when you're younger and you go to the shops with your mum and she bumps into someone she's not seen for years, and then they take that second to decide that they're going to talk about everything in the last 10 years between them seeing each other. And that includes every birthday, every holiday, every special occasion, and they always end up sharing information with each other that the other one says that they didn't know, when actually they're just gossiping. And then you're stood there looking like an absolute tit while they are just talking about everything that's going on in the world. And yet you're just left there, stood there, wondering, will this ever end? It's so embarrassing.
Mums always mug you off at the shop in every single capacity. Whether it's that, whether they bump into Anne from down the road and like, yeah, Anne, let's stop and have a natter. Whether it's dithering about up and down the aisles and you're there for an hour when it should have been 5 minutes. And then the worst one is when you're a kid and they left you at the till and you're like, just got to go and get something, forgot the ketchup. And you're there and you're seconds away from paying. And you're like, Mum, where have you gone? Come back, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I don't have any money.
I'd forgot that kind of memory.
Yeah.
Being basically the placeholder. Because they can't...
Yeah, that's what
if
you are.
weren't there, the cashier would have moved on to someone
next.
else. But because you're there, you're just stood clogging the line.
Stood like a lemon. You're not packing your own bags because you're too little to do that and all.
It's because mums thrive in these places.
They do, that's
Mums
what I
love a
mean.
shopping centre. Mums, like, I remember my mum, the bank just round the village. My dad used to be like, Ruth, do not be long. And we'd be sat in the car. She knew all the girls on the till.
Right.
So it would be a social activity. She'd be in the bank, just nothing but gossip for upwards of an hour.
Yeah.
At points.
Pottering, gossiping.
For no good reason.
dithering.
And my dad used to like warn her and be like, don't. And then like it got better after the warnings came into place. But I remember there used to be like big chunks of time wasted in the bank. For what?
I don't know. That's what I worry. Like as soon as I become a mum, that's going to turn into me. I don't want to become that.
And if you're stood next to them as well, you're there for ages.
I know.
Very good. Who was that?
That was
Colin.
That was Colin. Thank you very much, mate. I enjoyed it more in the Scouse accent and all.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's been Mersey way.
He's been Mersey way, absolutely. Colin, thank you so much. MC's got an embarrassing for no reason for us.
Walking around the shopping centre with your crinkled bag, and it's crinkled because you bought the item 3 days ago, and you know that people know you haven't just bought it, and then you got to walk into the shop with it. I just think it's shame walking up to the counter with the waiting in the queue, and then with the receipt, and you're like, oh, can I return this, please? I actually don't know if it's as bad as I make out in my head, but I just can't do it. And then they're like, oh, well, is there anything wrong with it? No, I just changed my mind.
I thought she just meant having a reused bag was embarrassing for no reason. Because that is funny when you pull out like a Tesco bag and you're in Zara.
Yeah, that is a good one.
That is an egg. But she finds it embarrassing for no reason returning
it's
stuff.
When you because you know you're going back to that store. So for example, if you had like a H&M bag and it's been in your room crinkled, as you said, like under your bed or whatever, little rip in the top, and then you're like, actually, I'm going to take that back. Then you have to take it back in that bag.
In the ripped crinkle bag.
Because you almost need everything to seem legit.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have the receipt. The thing can't even be slightly ripped off, or if it has been, you have to put it back on. And the bag being from the same store, just to make sure they're going to accept this return. Because I always feel like there is a chance they'll say no. But
I know.
obviously they're going to say yeah. Like, they don't care. But I always, it is terrifying.
Panic. It's actually more of a panic than embarrassing for no reason. Because I'm like...
Yeah.
I just don't want it, I promise. I think it's the trauma, probably. I don't know if it's the same with yourself, but I want to speak on behalf of all females where, you know, we'll do like I'm going to wear this outfit once, I'll keep the tag in, and then we'll take it back.
So you're cheating the system.
Like you with your MacBook. Yes.
Shh. Yeah.
Feds are listening. Yeah, so we would do that. So it's like... I want to make sure this dress is in tip-top condition and it can't look worse. So I think she's probably got a bit of trauma in there.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Bit of past guilt. That's just me anyway.
That's
but
your
MZ,
assumption.
Thank you very much. We've got a voice note from Jade as well.
So embarrassing for no reason, walking through Birmingham Grand Central Station, and outside the brand new cookie shop is someone handing out free samples, tiny little cookies. So I helped myself to one, and so does my friends, and they were really nice. And he said, do you want another one? We're like, oh yeah, that'd be lovely. So I had another little sample. So like, oh, that's really nice. And then instead of obviously going into the shop, we just continue to walk off. And he actually said, do you not want to come in and buy any? And at that point, I got really embarrassed and was like, no, I'm just happy with the free samples.
Oh, that is so awkward. What an awkward interaction.
I know, free samples, because it's like, yeah, I want to eat all your stuff, but am I paying for it? Absolutely not.
If you're already giving away the farm there.
I know what you're like with free samples.
Well, when I first
Should we tell your free sample story? We've had a few. Taylor Swift.
Oh my God.
Should we quickly tell Taylor Swift?
Because Tatum doesn't drink, right? One time we went to Taylor Swift Eras tour or whatever, and they were giving out shots of cider like for free. But what I'd do is I would walk up and down, maybe take my hoodie off one time and then put my hoodie on the second time, I think. So I'd already had 6 shots of cider before Tatum got there. And then I was like, right, Tatum, you do it with me now this time. And then every shot you have
so I've collected all the shots for
you say,
Sam.
yes, I'll have them, and then give them to me. So I got like 12 free shots of cider when I should have had one.
Innit?
I love a sample.
But would you like to buy?
No, not a chance.
No,
drink cider.
Yeah, nah. But we'll have a freebie.
Yes.
100%. They are all perfect, embarrassing for no reason. I wonder why I even stepped foot in a shopping centre after hearing all of those things, to be honest. Shall we crown the biggest silly Billy, Sam?
I think we should.
So this is the best voice note, in our opinion, of what Charles finds embarrassing for no reason in the shopping centre. And yeah, I think this has to be the worst.
Do you know what is embarrassing? It's when people get those like massages in the middle of a shopping centre. Like, I don't want to walk out of Space NK and see you getting a massage. And, like, that makes me uncomfortable. I get the secondhand embarrassment. Same with like eyebrow threading and things like that. I'm like, just do it somewhere private. I couldn't think of anything less relaxing than being in the middle of Westfield and getting a back massage. So embarrassing. It's a no from me.
They are, those massage chairs in shopping centres, they're always like in the middle of Westfield.
They'll put you on your front and then they're like, no.
No. Oh, we're talking about different massage chairs then.
Oh, you're thinking the actual, just the chair.
I'm thinking the vibrating chair.
That again, still find that in a shopping centre, yeah.
Them vibrating chairs, whose idea of a nice day out is putting £1 in the chair, sitting in the middle of Westfield, eyes shut next to freaking Zara and Build-A-Bear.
With the strip lighting on.
Vibrating.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's looking at you.
Horrible.
You're mad, you.
It's the same people that used to put their feet in the fish tank.
No.
Remember them?
No.
Remember them?
I would not touch them with a barge pole.
Every shopping centre in the UK in like the 2000s/2010 had a shop that popped up that was like, these fish eat your dead skin off your feet. And I used to walk through, Nuneaton has a mall called Rope Walk, and I used to walk through that shopping centre, called Rope Walk, and I walked through that, and I remember it would always have a glass front. They had a glass front and there'd just be people sat there with their cheesers in these fish tanks. What was that?
Why were they a thing? They were disgusting. Them little tiny fish just gnawing on your big toe.
Poor sodding fish.
I know, the poor bastards.
Because no one gets turned away. The more hanging your feet, the more dinner for them. So it's like, they were just carting everyone in. But yeah, the massage chairs are like the last remaining relic of that, of like the sort of like getting something done that feels private.
Innit?
In the middle of a shopping centre.
You slap bang in the middle of Westfield.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Well, Charles, congratulations. The Silly Billy Award, aka a mug, will be in the post on its way to you. And like we say, if you ever want to get involved at EFNR Podcast, you can send us a voice note. Before we wrap up, a couple of weeks ago, we launched some bonus episodes for Embarrassing for No Reason. So it's Embarrassing for No Reason story time. So it's like a 10-minute quick episode. If you haven't heard it, Sam's first bonus ep is probably the maddest story you've ever told in your whole life.
It was a lot.
We had a bit of feedback actually from Nita.
Okay, I can't cope with the amount of noises I made listening to your bonus podcast on the train. Oh my God. Like, honestly, I was getting stared because I didn't realise I was talking out loud, reacting to your podcast. Oh my fucking God.
It made her actually gasp audibly and make noises on her commute. So if you haven't heard it, that's a reason to stick that on.
Definitely. And we'll be doing 2 Embarrassing for No Reason story times per month. So keep your eyes out for them and we'll see you next week.
Love you.